Hey, this is our normal developer stream, but the reason we're doing this is because we have Daniel Frostberg and Amber Moak from Resolution Games on to talk about Ultimechs. So we were walking through the 3 types of mechs. That's the Titan there. He just did the sumo stomp. I hope you all caught that on stream. And we've got I cut away. And we got Nitro and Viper. Viper's the one I typically use. First question, how many versions of the mechs did you go through before you settled on these 3?
You know, Mike, we haven't actually gone through that many versions. We kind of struck gold from the beginning, I would say.
Okay.
The first mech to appear in Ultimechs was actually the one you're looking at now, the Nitro.
Nitro, okay.
Yeah. So that was kind of the first one, and from there we kind of. It kind of sparked the idea that we should have different mech classes. So we kind of sat down and figured, okay, so what types of classes could you have? You would obviously need to have like a well-balanced one, and that became the Nitro.
Right.
And then you would like to have maybe like a quick and agile, and maybe like someone who strikes from a distance.
Right.
And that became the Viper. And then obviously you want to kind of secure the back as well. You want something to kind of block the shots and everything. So that became the Titan.
And let's go to the Titan one more time. There's the stomp. There's the stomp.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Is there a preferred mech among the team, or do you all kind of float through different ones when you were going through playtesting and stuff like that?
Yeah, the thing is that it's we kind of got lucky with the balancing as well, because I mean, obviously it can be a jungle to kind of to figure out all the different balancing for the different mech classes.
Right.
But we're kind of lucky again to find a fairly good balance between the different classes, even though they're kind of different, right, in their approach. But yeah, so since we kind of found that balance, people with different playstyles have kind of made different mech classes their main. So yeah, so it's very evenly distributed in the dev team.
I know the CEO of our company, Robin Mulder, she likes Titan because she likes to play goalie. Yeah. She likes to play goalie. And she likes the wall supercharged. She loves that. It's really annoying to play with her. And going through all the info for each mech right now. So here's Nitro. You said this is the one that was balanced. So power, speed, and steering are all at the same level.
Exactly,
Supercharged the Mega Blast. And then go to Viper. He's got all speed and all steer, which is why I like him, because my aim's atrocious. But you'll see when I load into. I'm just gonna play some matches with bots so we can talk about the movement system and things like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Viper is my main for sure. Let's come out of here.
Yeah, I'm a Nitro boy.
You're a Nitro guy? Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the best player in your office, if you had to name somebody? Or who are the top players in your office? You have to name one person.
And I can't name myself.
Why can't you? You can name yourself. Go ahead.
No, I'm not the best player. Even though I am the player who has played this game for the longest of everyone, obviously. Since I was there from the very beginning and prototype and everything. Yeah, there are a few contenders for the top spot, but yeah, I don't want to name any names.
Okay, that's fine.
There's going to be a tough morning meeting tomorrow.
Lauren Mulder, who works for 3 Pound, she's in the chat asking who the best player on our team is. It's Akon. Yes, that's me. Welcome in. There's a battle between our team between Lauren and a player named Kyle. Kyle is insanely good at all video games. He's really annoying to play with just because he's so good. The first time we played with Kyle, his first match he lost. He has not lost a match since.
Wow.
And at least a dozen. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and load a bot match because I want to talk about the movement system too, and kind of like the inspiration that you were looking at when you created the game, because a lot of people say Rocket League when they see this, which is an obvious comparison with the soccer ball and moving it around, things like that. Were there any other games you kind of had inspiration from when you were conceptualizing this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit older, right? I'm past 40. I don't want to disclose how much.
Yeah, same here. 40 plus club represent. Let's go.
So I'm past 40s. I remember a different type of games from my childhood. And one of the main inspirations for this game was actually Speedball 2. On my old Atari 520.
Oh, wow. That's old school.
Yeah, it is old school. Bitmap Brothers. Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was actually one of the inspirations. I mean, obviously, you need to find your muse somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But so that was.
Oh my God! I'm missing every shot. No. There we go. Okay, the movement system.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, so hopping around through nodes, there is smooth and snap. There is snap turning in this, but personally, and I saw your advice video from, I can't remember who did it. It was a male and female on one of your promo videos for the game. And the female, again, forgive me for not knowing her name, specifically said, don't turn around when you move. Just throw your hand back and shoot that way. There we go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Which helped me a lot, because the first time I played, I was like this and this. I was all over the place.
Course. Yeah, and it's even slower if you actually kind of snap turn with your control stick, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's there. I mean, it needs to be there for accessibility's sake, right? But but yeah, it's way quicker to just like throw your hand over your shoulder and just move backwards without looking.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. Was was the turning put in specifically for people who may play seated down or in a wheelchair or something like that, who aren't able to physically turn all that well as much?
For sure, yeah. We definitely had that in mind. We wanted Ultimechs to be able to be enjoyed by everyone.
Okay.
So that has been our goal.
My chat is actually blocking the ball in the air because my chat's went right here. Let's see. We first played on my TRS 80. It's just one of the people in chat. There you go. How are you interviewing and playing at the same time? You got some good focus. I already had these questions written down, and I memorized them all before I started the game. So I'm playing off of what Daniel says, but Amber got these like 2 days ago.
You're doing great, Mike.
Who named all the bots? That's just a random question. I didn't clear that with Amber. I'm sorry, but who named the bots? Or let me phrase, were they based off like pet names? Or we've got Zeus, we've got Perrin, we got Rajin, Indra, and I think Thor.
Yeah, so the bots are actually named, they are all named after like different gods of thunder, I believe, from different cultures. And
okay.
Yeah. So Thor is obviously from my culture then, so to speak, from the Norse culture. And then we have Rajin, I believe is from India. And then
get it. I wanted the super goal. That's good, we won.
Yeah. So that's what we went for the bots.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we wanted to name them after ourselves at one point, but I think it's better this way. It's more kind of streamlined.
Well, these names are also flashy. You got Zeus, you got Thor, you know. Not saying your name's boring, but I think Zeus lands a lot better than Daniel. Just saying. Like, I wouldn't want my name in the game.
Yeah, you're not going to be scared by seeing Danny somewhere.
Exactly. Exactly. Go back to the main lobby for a minute. Let's go through the Alta Pass. So this game is free. For anyone who's watching this that doesn't know, this game is free on Steam, Pico, and Quest 2. And it is fully cross-platform. So no matter what platform you play on, I played on Quest and on Steam. I don't have a Pico yet because I'm in North America. We can't get it yet. But no matter what platform you're playing on, you can play with other people. So the Alta Pass, this is your version of a Battle Pass, obviously. And there's a free and a premium tier that you can buy with something called Alta Coins. Conceptualizing this, how long did it take to come up with this system and what we wanted to include in it, what you didn't want to include in it? And I'll just kind of scroll through some of the palettes as you talk about that.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we wanted to give the player the power to kind of express themselves on the field, right?
Right.
So we instantly went for the classics with different patterns and color schemes, but also we wanted to add some both coolness and quirkiness at the same time. So
Right.
that's why you see all these top hats, but also these kind of cool masks.
Let me find a hat.
The aim has been to kind of have something for everyone in there.
Okay. And you can grab all the coins. Anyone who played the game initially got a boost at 350. You can add coins here, similar to any battle pass that you would see in any other flat screen game. They're just bringing that into this. And you can buy 1,000 Alta coins for $9.99, and Alta Pass is, I believe, $9.50 for the premium level.
Yeah. And our Alta Pass obviously works. So if you are familiar with other battle passes, you're gonna know your way around the Alta Pass as well. So you play matches to gain XP, which is fed into the Alta Pass, and you unlock new tiers as you move along, right? And if you have the premium account, obviously you get maybe a little bit more cooler stuff.
Right.
If you want to express yourself a little bit extra. So yeah.
Oh, look at the metal hockey mask! I didn't see that one. Especially in October, that gives me like Friday 13th Jason vibes.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's even called Voorhees or something, or it used to be. It used to be at least.
Look at that guy. It's like an Oni mask. Just says demon mask there. It's like an Oni mask from like anime.
That's the demon mask.
That's very cool. Are there plans to, or how often do you plan on releasing Alta passes? Do you have like a rough timeline idea for that?
I don't think I can go into that.
Okay, that's fair. No problem.
Particularly because we're hard at work just fulfilling so many wishes at the moment. So so we're working hard on everything basically. So we can't answer exactly when the next is going to come out, but
that's
for
fair.
Sure there will be more.
Okay. If you actually go on Ultimechs' Twitter feed, I saw this morning. I think they're working on something called spectator mode. It was a list on their next round of updates for the next big update for the game. And there's actually just an image of someone standing in the corner, like the top of the arena, and their mechs are just bouncing all around. They're moving so fast you can't even see it. Which was one of the first things I saw when I won the game, because when I scored an awesome goal. It was like my first. It was like my first 2-point goal, and I was like, I want a replay system. I want to be able to see that again.
Of course.
So I'm looking forward to spectator mode.
We want
go ahead.
that as well. Yeah, we want that as well. So so we are currently working on a spectator mode, but initially it's going to be for tournament organizers and content creators, right? Basically we're building a way for you to be able to watch and showcase the game yourself. And we also hope that will help players as competitions and tournaments begin to form. So,
I've seen live streams where there are like esports commentators where all they will do is just pull up a spectator mode. I saw it for Onward, a first-person shooter on Quest 2, where someone literally just calls the action of the match, and that's all their entire stream is. So I figure spectator mode would be cool for something like that, like you said, when you get into tournaments, and ranked mode, which I know is coming soon.
Yeah, no. I mean, a sports game like Ultimechs obviously begs for a spectator mode, and we knew that from the very start. We wanted it to be a spectator sport, so that is coming. We're working hard on it.
I'm gonna go back to the chat real quick, just catch up on there. Robin Mulder says, "I remember Scott Adams' Adventure series." Cordelia, also for 3 Pound Games, says, "Appears the new Alta Pass will be additive rather than limited time." I'm just going to confirm that that's correct. That it will be additive. You're just going to add on to what's already there, as opposed to these go away when the next pass comes in.
Yeah, so we're not into FOMO, fear of missing out. Yeah,
awesome.
So if you purchase if you enter later and you purchase an Alta Pass, you can always go back and unlock the old ones if you want to.
Right.
Yeah.
And Dewey Blank says, VR Party League is very excited for spectator mode. So there's already some excitement about getting into tournaments and things like that. I know you've done some work with VR Central too, another virtual reality live streamer, about just setting up like Ultimechs nights. So And we know rank mode's coming soon. I saw that listed on your next update list on your blog, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna load another match. Quick question. So you could do 1v1 or 2v2, but you can actually do 3v3 in that. Is that planned to be a mode later in the game?
That's also classified at the moment.
Okay, no problem.
But yes, you can play 3 versus 3 in the custom games. Three buddies against 3 bots.
Right.
So that's actually possible.
Okay.
But currently, I mean, we have the game is made for a 2v2 primarily, but also like a 1v1 dual mode. And that is actually, I don't know if you've noticed, but that is actually reflected in the size of the arenas as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And
I meant to switch mechs.
That 3v3 arena is going to be immense.
Right. I mean, I feel this one's already pretty big. I'm in the large day arena right now, and I felt this one's already pretty big.
Yeah.
Nitro's hand doesn't go quite as far. There we go. Ah! Get back. That's not good. My aim is kind of crappy. I'm going to blame it on the fact that I'm interviewing you right now as I play this. I'm totally going to blame it on that.
I actually love watching you play. I can't get enough of this.
So, going back to the arena piece, I totally agree. The first time I did 3v3, I did in one of the small ones, and we just kept bumping into each other, and you get that clunk sound when we can't actually move.
Exactly, yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely meant for 1v1. I said that the one time I played 1v1 was ugly. It was really ugly.
I can share with you that in the early stages, the small arena was the 2v2 arena. And,
oh, really?
We had an even smaller one for 1 versus 1.
Oh, no, yeah.
And I mean,
wise decision.
That was, yeah. But that was actually, it was so chaotic that it was actually fun. So I mean, yeah. But we scrapped that and moved up one size. Yeah.
Ah, damn it. Darn it, excuse me. Pardon my language. Going here. There we go. Wait, where we go? All right, so for rank mode, is that going to be primarily, will that be 1v1 and 2v2? Will you have rank mode for both sides, or just 2v2?
Yes, for sure. No, rank mode is going to cover both 1v1 and 2v2. Okay. And obviously, any additions that might come in the future.
Okay.
So that's what we're going for. And you're going to have leaderboards, obviously, for both separately. So you can kind of track your progress. I mean, because some people, they like playing solo, and they like this to be like a solo sport, but others like the team camaraderie and all that. So, yeah. So
there's definitely something for everyone. We'll go back to the motion system for just a second. I personally thought that smooth locomotion turning would make this game almost unplayable for most new VR users. Because that alone, it's tough for new VR users to get used to the motion in it. So something like this where you don't really have to turn, I think is a little bit more accessible for like newer users.
Yeah, for sure.
Because when I first played it, I thought, okay, I really wish I could just use my control stick and turn smoothly. And then once I got into the pace of the game, I realized that would actually be a bad thing. I've got pretty good VR legs, but I thought I would get sick if I could turn fully like that.
For sure. I mean, so the whole movement system, we fairly quickly decided if we want the speed and intensity of this game to be as high as we want it to be, this is the way we need to make it. So that's kind of the goal that we set for ourselves. We wanted it to be a very fast game, fast-paced and intense, heavy game where your movement doesn't matter as much as your skill with your gloves, right? So it's positioning and there's a lot of tactics and strategy around because you can actually block players from. Oh, it's golden goal. I should shut up now.
No, you're fine. You're good. I was gonna explain what this was right after you were done. No! Thor, what were you doing? Thor, come on.
Thor, you had on the job.
So, so for those who were watching for the first time, golden goal is when you were tied and you go into basically overtime. And the wall segments that were protecting the goal in the regular mode go away. You can see how wide open the net is. It's basically designed to end the match as fast as possible. Lauren Mulder, who's one of our guinea pigs to 3-pound, because she does get motion sick a little bit easier than most, said it didn't make her sick. In fact, she kicked butt. She's very good at the game. And really like the movie.
That's great to hear. That's so great. Yeah. Because I mean, obviously, we've been back and forth on this movement system, obviously within the dev team, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, what you actually do when you launch your gloves and try to steer them in like a skillful way is that, I mean, you have to stand still when that happens.
Absolutely.
Meaning that your position and your kind of vantage point, it matters, but only up until the point where you actually launch your gauntlets.
Okay, I'm going to paint a new. I'm going to use the volcano palette. So I'm going to paint a new nitro real quick, just to go through how that works. Okay, so again, if you go through the Alta Pass, you can earn new palettes as you play the game more and earn XP. So I just bought the volcano palette a second ago, or earned it a second ago. So let's go back here. Yeah, great. Okay, so color 1 is the main palette of the character. So if I hit that one to red, the primary color is red. That looks nice, actually. I might not even change that. Real quick, Dewey Blank says the VRPL 2v2 is hosted on the small arena. They have future plans for the 3v3 on the large arena. That's awesome. And I love to see that people are already getting into this and doing the esport aspect of it. Like I'm sure that's something you were hoping for when you conceptualized the game too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's been our dream, right?
Yeah.
That people will pick it up and actually get good at it and well start their own kind of little tournaments and yeah. I mean that's the dream, right? And I've been playing this game for a couple of years now. Since the very first prototype.
Okay.
And I recently went online and just like, I'm gonna go and beat some noobs, and I actually got schooled. 5-0.
Wow.
And he just waved at me and then just went
Not
away.
Not wave.
Why?
That's great. Give Nitro some shades. Style him up a little bit. That's funny. Let's give him the dice. Give some fuzzy dice just to make it extra silly.
That's cool.
And that's again, like you said, different player styles and being able to bring in your own personality to it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really funny.
And I mean, eventually we're going to be building up a huge library of different combinations that you can customize, and maybe even sets of items that you might want to collect, and stuff like that.
Okay, so you mean like presets where you can just go check out this preset, like that?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
okay.
Anything is possible, of course, but yeah, I'm not promising anything.
Okay, no problem. Do you want to talk about the update that you all have coming up? We talked a little bit about pieces of it, like spectator mode, but do you want to talk about the things you plan for that update that's coming out pretty soon?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Let's see.
What you're allowed to talk about. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah. No, of course not. No, it's fine. So the next few updates that we're working on, because we're working on a few updates in parallel, actually, which is why it's so hectic at work these days.
Right.
But so the next few updates we're working on is voice chat is one of them. So you're going to be able to communicate with your teammate, even if it's a random player.
Right.
Currently, it's limited only to your party within your friends list, right?
Yeah, I'll back out so they can see that. The social aspects right here is on this tab. You have to friend people within the game, and you have to do that within the game because the game is cross-platform. So if you friended someone on Quest, you still do have to come back and friend them in here because since the game is cross-platform, Steam VR players won't see Quest players in this. So it's built into this to negate that. And then same thing, you go through and invite them from your friends list into a party, and then from your party you can talk. So you're talking about being able to talk to anyone no matter what, independent of the party, right?
Yeah, but
okay.
At the same time, we kind of want to keep the non-toxicity of the game that we currently have.
Thank you.
In Ultimechs.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So we're working on a voice chat system that basically limits it to your teammate. So
right.
So you can kind of strategize on the fly. That's obviously an important part of that. We're also working on a few updates to the party system. Can't go into details there, really.
Okay.
And then obviously the ranked mode that you mentioned, and along with that will come the leaderboards that I told you about. So you can kind of track your progress and see yourself up on the top 100 list. Spectator mode, I think we covered that as well.
Yeah. Again, please, everyone, go on Ultimechs' Twitter page and just look at that GIF. It's hilarious. The spectator mode GIF is hilarious. They posted it, I think, last night.
Yeah, that's crazy. But so that's an very early version of the spectator mode that we had some time ago. But yeah, so it's coming along nicely, and obviously there's going to be a lot of optimizations, a lot of like tiny stuff that we've found, and also that our lovely community has helped us kind of suggest. So yeah, I just want to say that to anyone listening that we really take into account what the community is talking about, right?
And that's awesome. That is awesome to hear,
for sure. Because I mean, ultimately, we're not making this game for ourselves, even though we do enjoy playing it. Because every play test is actually a blast. Yeah. But yeah, ultimately, it's for the players, right?
I can't imagine what that office is like because of how many multiplayer games you make between this, Blast On, Cook On. My community, my personal chat community, is a big fan of Akron. Play that quite a bit. I can't imagine what playtesting's like in your office. It's got to be a blast.
Yeah, it's fun and it's crazy and it's just a blast. Yeah.
You said you've been playing this for a couple of years, and this is an ad hoc question. Amber, I'm sorry I didn't send this over. Please don't be mad at me. Was it challenging doing this in the age of COVID? Because you said a couple of years, so that's right about when COVID and the pandemic hit. So I would imagine that some of your work was done remotely.
Of course, yeah.
Was that a challenge, or was it pretty easy because this is such a digital property now to get in and out?
Yeah, it's it went surprisingly smooth, I would say. Obviously, because we kind of settled on the early prototype before COVID hit. Right? Okay. So that kind of whole brainstorm session that needs to happen at the very start of each project, we had that in person.
Okay.
But after that, it's just been like, I wouldn't say smooth sailing because I mean game development.
Oh no, of course not.
Smooth sailing.
Of course not.
But it's been surprisingly smooth, even though we had to work remotely.
Right. Do you have any videos of your old playtests? I figured that'd be fun to see, just as you were figuring out different things. Not the stuff that's not well optimized. That doesn't need to be shown, but like the early models of the mechs would be fun to see, stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of like a little extra.
I even petitioned for them to be like hidden in the game somewhere, so you could actually play with the old. Yeah, I would love that.
I cast my vote. Whoever has to listen to this to make that call, I cast my vote. I would love that. No.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, I might get my get my way still.
Right. Wolf Craze, this game. Hey, Wolf Craze, welcome in. This game is too fun. This is one of my favorite games right now, and I like all of Resolution stuff. I love Blast On. Akron is a massive hit in my area. I'm almost embarrassed how much I played this game the weekend you did the open beta. I love this game.
Oh, that's great.
We're in gold now, so I'm not gonna talk much. And I don't think I got your title. I know your name, but what's your title over at Resolution Games?
Yeah, so I'm a game
Darn it!
designer at Resolution. We have a pretty flat organization, so
Okay.
I think everyone who is a game designer is just game designer.
Okay.
But I've been in the industry for 15 years now, I think,
Oh, wow.
working on different companies, such as King, for example, of Candy Crush fame. Yeah, before that, I worked at a Swedish company called Grin, making games for PlayStation and Xbox.
What was your VR background before this? Was Resolution your first foray into VR?
None.
Did you have the VR before that?
None. I
Okay.
had none. Yeah. No, for sure. I don't even believe I had ever tried VR. Maybe I tried VR like
wow. Okay.
at like a school fair sometime in the 90s.
Right.
Back when VR was basically putting like a refrigerator on your head and trying to balance it. And the frame rate was like 1 frame per week. Yeah. But yeah, apart from that, none. And I think that actually kind of, it might actually have sparked this idea from the very beginning, because I remember sitting thinking like, okay, so what's this new devilry?
Right.
And I tried VR out and I was like, okay, so what is actually possible with this thing? And so the very first kind of spark of Ultimechs was kind of born then and there, I think.
Okay. How long did it take you to kind of get accustomed to using VR? So I know some people are faster than others. I've got a friend who adapted in like 2 days, and I have someone who's had a VR headset for 2 months and still pretty much hasn't ventured past Beat Saber or some of the non-motion games like Bait, for instance. Because just the movement, any kind of movement where she's physically moving, even teleport, can mess her up. Did it take a while for you to adapt? Or were you pretty quick?
I mean, I have terrible balance. So, and my inner ear is probably not hooked up to anything. So I don't get seasick or car sick or anything. So it wasn't that bad for me. I can take free locomotion games and jump and even go on roller coasters and stuff. But yeah, clearly I'm not making this game for myself.
Right. I can handle this game, but I still can't do roller coasters anymore at this point. My kid will ask me to go when I take her to amusement parks, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll hold the candy. I'm good. I'll hold your drink. You go have fun.
No. Yeah. No, but I mean, one of the main kind of goals for us with the Ultimechs was that you should be able to kind of extend your normal, 20 to 30 minute session in VR, which is like the typical length. We wanted to be able to extend that up to an hour or 2 hours if you want. So you can play like matches back to back and not feel anything, any nausea or anything like that. So that was one of our main goals. And would you like me to explain how we do it?
Sure, yeah, sure, absolutely, please.
Yeah. All right, so technically it's very simple actually. So we have this grid system, obviously that's at the base of this whole thing.
Right.
So you move quickly. You don't blink, or I mean, you don't teleport. You actually warp. You actually move between, but it goes so fast that your brain can't really comprehend it. So that's one of the trickeries that we play on your mind when you play Ultimechs. The other thing.
I'm sorry, I got super gold just now, so I'm gonna celebrate real quick.
Of course.
Totally unexpected. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Please continue.
Yeah, the other thing that you might notice is that the arena itself, or the arena cage, as we call it, it has great, big, beautiful windows.
Yes.
Right? That's actually part of it as well, because I don't know if you've noticed, but we've placed this sky sphere outside of the arena, and that never moves. It never moves closer or farther away from you.
Show everyone what the wall looks like. This is what the wall looks like if you're playing as Titan. Sorry, I just want to show that real quick.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, go ahead.
So with all this open space around you and a sky sphere surrounding the entire you as a person, never moving, that means that even though you're moving at breakneck speeds,
Right.
your mind doesn't perceive it that way.
No, I was really surprised. I think the game probably looks faster than it plays. For sure. Matter of fact, when I watched even though I watched my first stream back the first time I streamed this, on my channel, it looked so fast when I watched it, and then when I was playing, I was like, this did not feel that crazy.
No. And that's one of our goals as well, right? That you should be able to read the game. You should be able to counteract if someone is doing something. And if the game is actually playing that fast, there's no chance for you, right?
Right.
So even though it looks fast, it looks intense, it looks really cool, when you're actually playing it, you can totally get up to speed and follow the action basically.
There's some comments in chat. I'll read those just a second. Wolf Craze says, I'm excited for rank. Just been playing some good players. Just been playing some good players, and it's highly competitive. Seeing the group of us go hard would be awesome. Yeah, I know a lot of people are looking forward to rank, and esports in general. Like the VR community's been looking forward to that element coming in a bit more. I know the game Veil, which is the first-person shooter, just had a big esports tournament down in Florida, I believe. It was like 5 or 6 teams, pretty big arena. It was pretty cool to watch. They streamed the whole thing, so
that's amazing.
Just being able to tap into that market, I know will be huge for VR as a whole and for the game. So,
of course, yeah. And I think VR as a whole kind of hungers for a really solid esports game as well. We're hoping that we're bringing some of that, obviously.
Well, for sure. I mean, the game is it. The game absolutely is it. I'm excited to see rank mode come out. I probably wouldn't play in rank because I'm not very good at the game, but I'm excited to see the VR community get their hands on it and see how they do.
Yeah, you and me both, Mike. We can stay in unranked.
Thor has scored 3 goals now. We'll say said Vale was in Miami. Yes, thank you. I thought it was in Miami. We're gonna lose probably, but cool. Let me get caught up on chat. Amazing how hard it is to read chat when you're zipping around an arena like this. Okay, match over.
It's no wonder.
Yeah.
Whew, but okay. You want me to give you some helpful tips?
Absolutely. Let me read this message to you real quick. Lauren said, it's interesting that Daniel mentions the skyscape doesn't move, and that helps with the motion sickness, because doesn't the load screen have the background moving? I recall that making me feel dizzy, but then feeling totally fine in the arena. So she's talking about between when we actually hit ready and play game and when the arena actually loads. There's like that, almost like you're moving through a tunnel system. I know she mentioned.
So that's not really movement.
Right.
Even though it might feel that way, perhaps. It's just an effect that kind of makes you feel that you're moving slightly forward.
Right.
But then I think that what she might mean is that there is a slight kind of parallax effect on the loading screen.
Okay.
That might be what she means as well.
Kyle said, yeah, that massive static skybox is just always in view, so it feels really stable despite so much local movement. Then Wolf confirmed that Miami was where the Veil thing was. He said, I also cast for a PSVR game. I'm always looking for more esports to play, to enjoy. Okay. All right, tips. I know we're running out of time here. We only got a few minutes left, so helpful tips for new players or, people like me who aren't very good.
All right. Okay. So helpful tips for beginner players. I think the best tip for a beginner Ultimechs pilot is to just go into free practice, perhaps, or play against bots for a few matches before venturing out into unranked territory.
Right.
To kind of just get your mech legs in there. Practice a lot with your gloves or gauntlets, as we call them, to kind of get the sense of depth, because that's very important, obviously. I think the first thing that you need to do is to learn how to hit the ball, because that might be hard for complete beginners. But for intermediate intermediate, sorry.
I'm sorry, and me. It's hard to hit the ball for me too. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. And
Speaking the bad joke.
Sorry. Yeah. No, so for intermediate players such as yourself, I think a good mix of like single punches, using your left and right arms interchangeably, or rather in sequence. So you launch your left one, and then you steer towards the ball or an opposing player, for that matter. And before it hits, you've actually launched your second glove to kind of get a follow-up punch on the ball.
I know that's one mistake I made a lot. I kept using both of my hands when I first started. And when that ball is coming back at you, but your hands aren't back yet, it feels like an eternity.
I know. But that's due to one of the kind of foundations of the gameplay itself, which is our hit and miss system, right? So if you hit the ball successfully, your gauntlet or glove will come back to you almost instantly, right? Saving you time for a follow-up punch.
I didn't notice that. That does recoil right away.
Yeah, if you miss, however,
you get almost like you get punished for it.
Yeah, then it's gonna have to stop first and then start accelerating back towards.
Right.
So it's almost like as if the ball was like a soccer ball, for example, which has kind of some give. It kind of bounces back, versus like hitting a wall, for example, or simply just stopping.
That makes sense.
So that's one. I actually use double punches.
Like I did that a lot, what I just did on screen.
Yeah.
But if you miss, this happens.
I know.
Come on. Yeah.
If that happens, you can actually move forward to collect your gloves faster. Right. So that's another tip. I think a third tip would be to learn how to control the Magnus effect, the bending of the ball in the air. So hitting it on its sides to kind of give it a spin. That way you can kind of pass by the defense much easier.
Yeah, almost like shooting pool. I don't know if you play pool, but in pool it's called English. Where if you hit the ball on the side of it and just give it a bit of spin, it just travels differently than if you do something different.
Exactly.
I'm in practice mode right now because I know we got to wrap up here in a couple minutes. But yeah, any other tips?
Yeah, I got lots.
Okay, go for it. Yep. We'll just close out with tips.
Okay, one major tip is as long as you are supercharged, which you become when you pick up those yellow orbs there.
Yep.
As long as you're supercharged, your mech is actually supercharged. That's what it means. Your stats are boosted while you are carrying the supercharge. You
didn't know that either.
You fly faster, you punch harder, you steer quicker. So everything apart from the actual movement, because that's constant,
right?
Is actually changed. So for as long as you carry it and not spend it on a supercharged ability like that, you are actually like a super mech.
Wolf Cray says the physics of this game are great. I use the curving of the ball all the time. Yeah. I'm happy for you, Wolf Cray. I haven't figured that out yet.
And so for the pro tips, this is very high skilled. It's even above my level.
Okay.
But I see some people do it at the office. It's where you actually you make like a 1-2 punch. So you launch your one of your first glove, and then you kind of punch it into yourself, and then you follow up with the other glove. So it's basically like in hockey, for example, when they kind of they feint and then like a 1-2.
And then like that. Well, I wouldn't have missed. If I hadn't missed, that'd have been better. But yeah, I get what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Or like setting a volleyball, something like that. Like setting yourself a volleyball. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So basically. But since you have your two hands, right, and they are free to move anywhere, then you can do all this crazy stuff.
Right.
But yeah, that's for the very top echelon of pro players, I would say. I've seen it a few times, and it looks amazing when they do it. But I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
Robin said, "Oh, I tried that 1-2 punch, but I just suck." Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. All right, we're coming up on the end of our time here, so I just want to say thank you now for being generous with your time. It's what going on 8 o'clock there over in Sweden.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so thank you for being your time. Thank you, Amber, for helping to set this up. I greatly appreciate it. I will run one more match. We're gonna periodically see this game on 3 Pound because we do a game night every Tuesday, and we played this game at least twice that I know of. But this is a favorite in the community, so we're gonna be playing this a lot for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see where it goes with the esport piece of it. I know guys like Wolf Craze and people like that are really excited for something like this to come in. So go ahead, roll in. We'll close out on the slowest goal in history. The slowest goal in history. All right, I'm going to go back to the lobby now. I think I've asked all of my questions. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about before we sign off?
Please add me.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Wait, we probably want to do this over the stream, so I will send you an email. Yeah, so everyone's going to be adding you and tagging you whenever you come in. I'll shoot you an email when I'm off this. But again, thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. Hope we get together and do like some 3v3 3 Pound versus Resolution games in the future. That'd be super fun. I'm gonna bring in my ringers. I'm bringing in my ringers. So you gotta bring in your ringers too.
All right, great, Mike. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Take care. Have a great night.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.